Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in the Red Stick, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Home of the 2017 USBC Queens, live from the Raising Cane's River Center. Again in Baton Rouge, along with Aaron Smith and Jason Thomas. Live from the press box at the the Raising Cane's River Center. My name is Emil Williams Jr. Press box for us is top of the bleachers and spectator seating. Well, so high up above this 44-lane venue as we roll on with our continued live coverage of the 2017 Queens. This is A Squad. A Squad on the lanes for round 3, their final qualifying round, last 5 games to possibly make their score as large as they can. And try to earn a spot in the 64-player bracket, although there are only 63 slots available. Our defending champion, Bernie Slim, of course, has the automatic spot. Some players to this point, C Squad, of course, bowled this morning. Some have all but locked up, of course, a spot into the bracket, pending everyone's final results. But many still need to do some work to get around the number and ultimately get inside the cut number. We saw some great bowling this morning from many players, including Julia Bond. Made it to plus 163 this morning. The talented right-hander from Nebraska, Team USA and Junior Team USA member. Went plus 170 this morning. Another good day belonged to Katie Zwuffelhofer from Racine, Wisconsin. She went plus 133 and ended the day with games of 258 and 279. You can see just a highlight of that on Instagram, the PWA Tour Instagram page. Kaylin has been pretty consistent. Plus 18 on the fresh on, Thursday. Plus 90, improving that. Yesterday on the burn and then on the fresh again this morning, again at plus 133. I'll talk about getting things done, utilizing the information, making some adjustments. It's bowled very well. Sydney Brummett also bowled well. Brummett went plus 125. This morning they get to plus 211. And Zwuffelhofer plus 241. After that C Squad complete, that moved her into third, essentially. Of course, still games to go for 2 squads additionally. Brummett now at plus 211. Julia Bond at plus 163. Bernice Lim went plus 145 this morning. Had the front 9 in game 5. Shot 278. She got to plus 169. After a slow start for Bernice on Thursday as well, she shot 976. She was minus 24 on Thursday, plus 48 yesterday on the burn, and plus 145. So again, another example of utilizing what you learn, getting comfortable. For Bernice, of course, she had an automatic spot, so she could afford the time to get comfortable if she did struggle a little bit early. And now seems to have found what she was looking for at the right time, as she will be involved, of course, in the match play bracket, which begins tomorrow. Now watching 27 and 28, it's been our home all week, along with 29 and 30, Jennifer King, Jackie Carbonetto, and Caitlin Simpson. On 27 and 28, Holly Harris, Ashley Crowder, and Sierra Kanemoto. Start things on 29 and 30. This is game 1 of 5, again A squad, round number 3. Again, this is the Burn squad, folks. C squad, 5 games this morning. A squad hitting the lanes, no re-oil. Every squad has now hit the burn one time. Holly Harris, former Wichita State Shocker competitively, still works with the program. Marketing, communications there for the bowling program. Kanemoto, of course, a Shocker as well. Caitlin Simpson went to Pikeville, as did Jen King. Jackie Carbonetto, Sacred Heart. And I believe Ashley Crowder went to Emmanuel College, if I'm not mistaken. So far, nothing has topped what that had to have been B squads. Oh no, maybe not. Let's go back and look. Yes, that was B squad. I thought it was on Thursday. C squad didn't do it yesterday. First game at all of the high scores in game 1 on the burn. B squad produced that on Thursday. Didn't see too many yesterday. There were a couple, all not in game 1 certainly. They were more spread out throughout the block. Right now it's Trista Kim's on lane 24. Spare and the next 6 as we get things started here in round number 1. Or game 1, excuse me, round 3. Love to have your participation this afternoon. If you are free on your Saturday and have a chance to post or comment, feel free to do so. Missed some comments earlier, apologize, but I see Troy is still watching. Hello, Troy from SoCal. Met Troy last week at Fountain Valley, or in Fountain Valley, excuse me. Sal and Keith Beagle. Sal Budicavoli. So you can drop us a comment. Also drop a line on a new post regarding Josie Ernest Barnes, who was the highest round, highest 5-game block of the second round yesterday. She received an award for that honor. Lindsey Boomersheim grabbed that honor on Thursday. That is on the PWBA Facebook page as well as the USBC Facebook page. All right, let's turn our attentions to lane 24. At one moment in time, Shannon Plahowski, Stephanie Schwartz, Trista Kims at -67. And out the gates, looking to put up a number. Talked about Trista Kims. Look at her here in the 10th frame. Just left a 6-pin. Broke down the look to be a big 4. You see Shannon Puhalski on the pair as well. To the right of her, Jeannie Franklin. All right, spare taken care of for Trista. Again, minus 67. So in one game, depending on the count here, of course, she could be back to plus and on her way up the leaderboard. And Puhalski gets to 200 even. She will remain at plus 156. She led A squad on Thursday in round number 1. Tin back there for Trista. Very good opening game. 269. She will move to plus 2. As you get a look at Sabrina Duncan and Rhodes. All right, back to our featured pairs. All right, Jen King will take a break. Seeing the other big scores here, looking across. Missy Parkin out the gates with 238. Kelly Kulik on the squad as well. So far, double, spare, double, spare, double. She'll be up in the 9th frame, hoping to break that pattern at some point. Here is Caitlin Simpson, second shot in the 10th. Pretty good. She currently sits at plus 96 in the cut. Holly Harris crosses over there in the second shot. Holly at minus 116. If she can make a run there, she could be looking at some good news here, but some work to do. Off to a decent start here in game number 1. Sandra Gongora paired to the left of our first featured pair here on 25 and 26. Gongora open frame in the 8th, strike in the 9th, and now a 10 pin. First shot in the 10th. All right, good shot for, or good spare, excuse me, for Holly Harris, 216. Now minus 100. Sierra Kanemoto. All 3 in the 10th for Sierra. is plus 18. All right, Jackie Carbonetto and Ashley Crowder. Game one coming to an end. Clariolero has found something on lane 13. Started with 4 consecutive spares and now 6 in a row. She is plus 30. Make it one more. How about 7 in a row for Clara? Big game to open up with for Guerrero. Again, A squad. Kelly Kulick finishing up. Vanessa de Romero and Kelly Kulick will join us on 27 and 28. Here in game number 2 coming right up. Melanie Crawford will also join us on 27 and 28. Brief look at Hall of Famer Tish Johnson. Tish, pretty good event so far. Minor miscue in the first frame, but able to shoot 232. Well, she'll be adding on to her score. At plus 166. Kelly Kulick 237 on the plus 213. While we wait for our featured pairs, let's go on over to 25 and 26. Kayla Ovesny, Gabby Mayfield, and Nicole Bauer on the pair. They have begun game 2, and Mayfield off to a good start here. She's got an early double. (29 and 30), Megan Kelly, Jennifer Russo, and Sabrina Duncan Rose. We'll take you back to our featured pairs here in a moment. Ovesny getting some great experience here bowling the USBC Queens. It's important for young players, of course, to bowl these type of events. Sometimes it's important to bowl even when you know you aren't ready, because the information that you'll gain from bowling will trump anything you would learn by not bowling. That's what young players do these days. All of them so talented that they're learning what they're learning from lane play, all motion, and certainly the mental skills. I saw a couple shots from each. On to our featured pairs here again. Vanessa Romero, Kelly Kulick, and Melanie Crawford. Megan Kelly, Jen Russo, and Sabrina Duncan Rose. On to game two, all over the Raising Cane's River Center here. Moving right along. Aaron and I talked about what we thought the cut score would be. Actually, what we talked about was what we thought would be a comfortable score to feel no pressure essentially after you've done bowling, that you would be in the number. I think Aaron said 55, maybe 60.
I believe I went with 50 to 55.
50 to 55.
And I'm feeling great at 60.
Okay.
Good at 50 and 55, great at 60. You were a little higher?
I am, or was.
Was, that means you're changing?
No, I'm 65 is. I feel that's a good number, but I do think it. I thought it would depend on perhaps this squad, as the A squad seeing the burn for the first time, so it could go up or down based on how well or how well maybe it doesn't go for the entire squad. We saw some big numbers though this morning on the fresh. So could be a little of a situation. Talked about who bowled well this morning already. You can check the standings on bowl.com/Queens and or pwba.com/live. For Russo. Pretty good shot. Saw her throw some good shots yesterday and almost left the whole back row. At 9 pin, 8 pin, rip 7. Hewlett.
I got to see Kelly yesterday on the fresh. What was that, 2-3 games in? Made some ball changes, some adjustments on how she was attacking the pattern based off of what she saw. That was over on 29 and 30. (27-28), obviously some traffic already on these lanes from the early squad. Probably 3 zones further left. She'll be looking for 4 in a row in just a moment. Our good buddy Jason Thomas standing right in front of us, up to no good. Probably doing something cool that you'll get to see later today. Somewhere on Facebook, the official USBC page is Sport of Bowling USBC. So on the PWBA Tour page. Kelly crossing, give or take 19 there, right over that. Getting the ball just over the rangefinder down lane. Gets him to mix up. And even in great position. All right, 213 over. Something doesn't feel right. Obviously, this is a pretty cool insight to just the process. Just working on that push away a little bit there. Making sure it feels right. Obviously, something did not go according to plan there. You know, the result looks good on the scoreboard. Got a few early strings of strikes over on 23 and 24. Shannon Sellens and Holly-Ann Johansson. Holly-Ann at plus 85. And Shannon at minus 14. Emily Peterson over on 35 and 36, also at minus 14. Early three-bagger to start. Here's Kelly looking for 5. Melanie Crawford, a past Alberta E. Crow Star of Tomorrow award winner back in 2014. Both collegiately, spent some time at Stephen F. Austin before heading into Nebraska. That round of applause for Holly-Ann, still striking over on 23 and 24. It's kind of cool to look through the list of Alberta E. Crow award winners, Mr. Williams. Got a lot of competitors who on that list who are competing here this week, including USBC Hall of Famer Tish Johnson. Other Hall of Famer Linda Barnes, Deandra Aspady, Robin Orlikowski, Missy Parkin, Josie Ernest, Heather DeRico, plenty of other talented competitors over the years as well. Anita Arnett, skipped over her by accident. be cool to throw the ball that well one time.
Sometimes you just gotta shake your head.
Kelly on cruise control. Everyone else on our featured pairs still trying to work their way through what they're seeing here in game 2. A squad round 3.
Holly Ann still at it. Going for 8 in a row.
Up now on the approach, lane 23.
Shot, 4 pin.
Missy Parkin putting together some strikes, way down on 9 and 10. Had an open in frame 2, hasn't missed since. Should be up in the 9th frame in a moment. Ari at plus 259. Aaron McCarthy, who was tied for the number heading into today's final round. Ari up to plus 50 after game 1. Started with a spare, followed by 5 in a row here in game 2. So we kind of suspected Aaron bowling the fresh first 2 days. Be able to find something pretty good on the burn, and so far ringing true. Big game to finish last night. Front 10 on her way to 289.
Parkin can max at 266 here in game 2. She's on lane 10. Again, you can follow along. Live scoring is available and accessible via bowl.com/Queens. Be sure to click on Bernie Slim's picture, all of the information, 2017 info, live stream, results, standings, etc. You can also visit pwba.com/live. Again, the first major of the PWBA Tour season. And at the end of the event, we could know, of course, and we should, who will be the first player to punch their ticket to the Smithfield PWA Tour Championship, the season-ending event to be held at the Richmond International Raceway in Virginia. So the road to Richmond is officially will have its first participant. Of course, once the tour started, that's when the road to Richmond began. Last week, we had the nice spare there for Jen Russo there, 4-9. the GoBowling.com 400. So NASCAR and the PWA, bowling in general. Doing some pretty cool things.
Aaron McCarthy still striking on 11 and 12, up to 6 strikes in a row. Holly-Ann Johansson getting ready to step up in the 10th frame now. Shoot at 279 after starting with 7 consecutive strikes. Gets the first one. Holly-Ann going to be in pretty good shape here after 12 games. Going to jump right around plus 150 or so. Shannon Sellens in the 240s. .245 to be exact. So she'll jump back into the plus number, plus 31 for her. Final shot, Holly-Ann Johansson, 279. Pushes her to plus 164. An All-American at Wichita State. Aaron McCarthy still running with a chance at 290. Missy Parkin in the 250. She's going to surpass the plus 300 mark. Josie Ernest Barnes already there. Gonna give a few pins back. Is that plus 306? I have at least 195 here in game 2. Nice, 257. Kelly Kulik plus 270. Looking to add another tiara to her collection. Kulik previously won the USBC Queens in 2007, as well as in 2010. This is a look over at 35 and 36. Final few shots of game 2 over there. This is Emily Peterson. Started with 3 in a row, but ran into back-to-back opens right after that. Delivers a strike on the fill, finishes with 193. Here's Caitlin Simpson, the collegiate standout at Pikeville a few years back. Stuff 8 on her final shot. 183. Caitlin within the number though, plus 68. Bowling has not started yet on our featured pairs, but we know our competitors now. 27-28 featuring Taylor Boltice, Lori Eskew, and Kayla Pashina. 29-30, Ashley Galante, Caitlin Johnson, and Samantha Shaden. Boltice, the only player comfortably in the number at the moment, plus 78. 29-30, a collection of players on the bubble. Galante at plus 6. Caitlin Johnson even after her 12 games. Samantha Shaden 1 pin behind that, -1. Aaron McCarthy finished up game 2 at 256, so up to 106 over. Tough start for Galante there. Pocket 710. Suppose if it's going to happen, might as well get it out of the way early. shot there from Lori Eskew. PWBA regional champion in 2016. The regional schedule is up on pwba.com. Had one event earlier in the year, a few of them coming up later on in the season. So you can find that schedule. There you go, Kayla. Kick that 10 out. You can find that schedule on pwba.com under the tournaments tab. There's a listing for regional events.
Pretty nice reaction there from Taylor Boltice. I don't think she could believe that one held, and it did.
It's always a nice surprise. Talked a lot about Taylor's exploits here on the lanes at the Raising Cane's River Center in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, formerly the Baton Rouge River Center. She's found success in each event she's bowled. Her runner-up finishes in April Intercollegiate Singles Championships, as well as the team championships while representing Weber International. Stopped by and bowled the USBC Women's Championships before Queens got underway a few days ago. Took over the singles lead, 746. And now looking to add qualified for match play at the USBC Queens to that list. Three really good shots out of the gates for Samantha Shaden. Once again, all the players on 29-30 flirting with the bubble. Don't know what the number's going to be yet. We have our speculations. Currently, all three players close, but not over. Based off those fun speculations, of course, we'll know for sure at the end of the day. Looking at that number, 64 spots, since Bernice Lim, our defending champion, got stronger each round here at the River Center. She is well inside the cut number, so she's going to improve her seating position. Was guaranteed the number 64 spot. Let's see Taylor's shot here after running high in frame number 2. That one goes a little further, leads to 610. Taylor Boltice and Caitlin Johnson, teammates this past year at Weber International. So Taylor provided a lot of leadership to Caitlin over the years, or over the year, I should say. Johnson just finishing up her freshman campaign. Boltice just finished up her collegiate career. Once again, if you want to follow your favorite players, even when they're not here on Bowl TV on Extra Frame, live scoring is available. Find it on both bowl.com and pwba.com. Of course, the Queens, a USBC event, but a major championship on the PWBA Tour schedule. First one, in fact. 14 events total on tour in 2017. 13 of them going to be on CBS Sports Network. And a total of 4 majors. Got the Queens, the Go Bowling PWBA Players Championships, the U.S. Women's Open, and we'll end it with the Smithfield PWBA Tour Championship. Of course, your home leading up to the finals for all those events. It'll be right here on Extra Frame. TV finals. Check out a CBS Sports Network, starting with the Queens. It'll be airing Tuesday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Sorry, if you're not already excited about that, there's still time to get ready. 3 in a row for Kayla. Still looking to make a late run here. Minus 81. But definitely enough time to make that up and then some. Shot left to target, leaves the 310. Scores are updated online through 2 games today for A squad, 12 overall for qualifying. Missy Parkin with 255 last game, 238 to start, plus 93 for the day. Is up to plus 314 total. She is leading A squad. Josie Ernest Barnes not too far behind, plus 303. Kelly Kulik at plus 270. Shannon Pluhowski plus 182, so a bit of distance between Missy, Josie, Kelly, and the rest of the pack here on A squad. Holly Ann Johansson, we saw the big 279 in game 2, plus 164. Some struggles for Dasha Kovalova, who's in the top 5 after 2 rounds, 184 and 178. She's at plus 159. Tish Johnson, the Hall of Famer, plus 145. Stephanie Schwartz, plus 138. Jackie Carbonetto plus 113. Karen Boyd plus 107. Erin McCarthy, we talked a little bit about her. Her last 3 games, by the way, 289, 238, and 256. One of those being last night, but quickly went from minus 77 through her first 9 games to plus 106. Things like shooting 783 for 3 games usually tend to do that. Let's see if we got anyone else plus 100 for A squad. We do not. Next highest on the list, Jennifer King at plus 79. So if you scroll down to the current cut line, obviously B squad yet to bowl. At the moment, it actually is Ashley Galante at plus 6. Long way to go, though.
A lot can happen in a couple games.
Kelly Kulik and Tish Johnson both with the front four on 17 and 18. Kayla getting a run going here. Needs a big finish. This would be a great stepping stone to that. Rebecca O'Connor, one pair to our left, putting together a nice game. 8 out of 9. She can shoot 279.
Big thanks for everyone tuning in and watching.
I have to agree. We certainly appreciate the company. These ladies, of course, appreciate the support as well. Big thanks to the PBA for their support, and of course, shout out to our gold industry partners as well, Columbia 300, Hammer, Kegel, and Storm.
Tish Johnson with 5 in a row, and that fifth one was a good one. The PWBA and the USBC Hall of Famer.
Always fun to see Tish out at events. The Queens, as well as the Senior Queens, about the only tournament that has eluded her so far. So definitely be cool to see her make a run. And of course, the USBC Senior Queens coming up right after the conclusion of the Queens. Going to stay right here in Baton Rouge. So we're going to head across town to Circle Bowl. Probably about a 15-minute drive from here, depending on the route your Uber driver takes. You have to admit, the second way was faster.
It was. No doubt about it.
Not as many lights, but Tish signed up looking to break through. Robin Romeo, the 3-time defending champion at the event, going to be back as well. Taking a look at the roster. See Anne-Marie Dugan on there. A Queens and Senior Queens champion. USBC Hall of Famer Lucy Sandlin. So at a quick glance, it looks like Tish, the only player taking advantage of having both in town. But be sure to look for that excitement and more on Bowl TV. We'll have that on the YouTube channel. Kayla Pashina gets to 212, now at -69 with 2 games to go. Ashley Galante, 195, is going to drop to +1. Samantha Shaden, 197, will be -4. This is a big opportunity for 3 in a row for Caitlin Johnson. Oh. Yikes. Great shot. Gonna pick it up. Hit the 198. Drop her to -2. With 2 to go.
Heck of a shot there.
All right, let's go into that camera over there. To the right one time. All right, let's do that. So we got 31, 32, 33, and 34. All of them just finishing up right now. That's Dasha Kovalova in the yellow. She's having a nice game here. Madeline McDuff looking for a double in the 10th. She gets it. Another player 2 big games away from getting into the cut number. Gonna go to the bag, get something different for the fill. Clara. A little drama on the bucket. Takes care of it. She's going to give a few pins back, though. Was at +66, can strike for 179. Shannon Sellens had a split in frame number 9, but starts off the 10th with a strike. She was at +31. more than likely going to add on to that. Cool jersey there. Madeline McDuff. Clara gets to 179, drops her to plus 45. Madeline McDuff at minus 36. Sellens hoping that 10 pin is going to agree. It did not. And is Marissa Thomas. She was even after 12 total games. 213 to get to plus 13, right in the mix with 2 to go. Sellens finishes up at 203. She will improve to plus 34. That is Kovalova in the 10th frame. Can get to 237. Gave a few pins back to start this block, but going to get a few back here. Already in pretty good shape at plus. And plus 159. Adds on to it. Going to be in the 230s. So we look ahead to our feature pair for game 4. One of the screens has flipped. We'll have Clara Guerrero, Desiree Negron, and Brandy Calderon. Once again, that on 27 and 28. Starting game 4 on 31 and 32. Making some smaller moves today. So we just saw Kayla on 27-28. Starts off with a strike.
Good chance to see Claire for the first time today. On our featured pairs, that is. Mentioned she was plus 30 entering the day and then shot 256 game 1. Follow that up with 180 in game 2. Did not see what we shot in game 3.
179.
Thank you.
Heading to 29 and 30, Marissa Thomas, Daria Kovalova, and Brenda Padilla. Just got to see Stephen Padilla making his way to town. Director of Coaching at USBC, gold level coach. Not too many folks can make that claim, so Tish Johnson started with 6 in a row, going to get into the 240s to finish up game 3. 247. She'll be at plus 192. Missy Parkin shot 206 in game number 3. She's on 23 and 24, starting off with the front 4. Josie Ernest Barnes at plus 339. Just kind of taking a glance. Kelly Kulick plus 298. We'll get to see later tonight if Lindsay Boomershine, our leader through the opening and second round, can get things going. Once again, she was already at plus 346 for her first 2 blocks. She is bowling B squad later this evening, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central and local time here in Baton Rouge. We will have that live right here on Extra Frame. Station once again right here behind lanes 27 through 30.
Just gonna wind it on down here, Aaron.
Wind it on down.
It's when you really think about it, started a few days ago. 3 squads a day. Nearing the completion of the squad. Still a game and a half remain. And then that C squad the B squad. Well, everything kind of necessarily comes together, but everyone watching that squad, watching intently, all to see where the number will end up. Still just trying to figure things out here. Right lane giving her a little trouble. Jersey game, though, is pretty good. Creations.
Creations.
I love it.
The scores now updated after 3 online. You can find those at pwba.com or bowl.com. Right when you go to those pages, the banners in front of you, go ahead, click on those. Take you to the standings pages. For A squad, as we mentioned, Josie Ernest Barnes plus 339. Missy Parkin plus 320. Kelly Kulik plus 298. Shannon Pluhowski plus 220. Dasha Kovalova on our feature pairs plus 196. Tish Johnson plus 192. Holly-Ann Johansson plus 166. Stephanie Schwartz, 129 over. Jackie Carbonetto, 120. Erin McCarthy plus 115. Melissa Van Dyke has gone plus 100 her past 2 games. Now at plus 113. She is 1 pair to our left. Starting off with 3 in a row. Left-hander out of Parma, Ohio. Karen Boyd. Plus 101. Jennifer King plus 81. Taylor Boltice plus 75. Caitlin Simpson plus 66. Sandra Gongora plus 57. Nicole Bauer 54 over. Clara plus 45. Shannon Sellens plus 34. Marissa Thompson plus 13, and the current cut plus 5, Gabby Mayfield. Gabby plus 67 today.
Plus 5 at the moment.
Plus 5 overall, yep.
That would make it my comfortable number way more than comfortable. My comfortable number was 65.
Well, right now, if you're a plus 65, you would be in 46th place. There's definitely still a lot of room to move around here. So
not sure if I'd still be completely comfortable.
My 50 to 55 range would be not too far behind, and 49.50 range. Once again, Bernice Lim, our defending champion, got to 173 over, I believe. 169 over, excuse me. So she is going to improve from that 64 spot. So you want your end total to be more than whatever that is, or exactly what that is. That's okay too. And if more than one player has that Same exact total in the 64th spot. We'll have a roll off. Roll off, roll off.
Which we both, well, at least I thought, I said there would be one.
You did. I never answered.
You did. You did just ask the question. And that's how you get out of answering those kind of things.
Yeah, buddy. Almi Guerra from the Dominican Republic on 35 and 36. Looking to make her move. Spare in the first, followed by 6 consecutive strikes. Almi at minus 30. 290 would be all right now, but she still has a few more shots to go. Claire doubles up. Megan Kelly on 15 and 16. Putting together a nice game. Another player trying to get into the waiting game, if you will. She can strike out for 247, was at minus 33. Caitlin Simpson over on 13 and 14 to start with the front 5. Already at plus 66. Make it front 6 now. Caitlin shot 300 at last year's event. Still have not had one here in 2017.
Two 290s. Be spare in the first frame, 290 type. Sherry Tan and Summer Jasmine both shot that score. Phil, we did have multiple front 9, but at least one that came earlier today. Bernice Lim, defending champion. Erin McCarthy last night. She hit the front 10. .289. Johnson off again, front 5 here in game 4.
The classic stylings of Tish Johnson.
She also would be in that timeless category. So classic though, not much has changed from that overall form. It's really a privilege to watch Hall of Famers bowl still and still compete at a high level. In fact, Tish had a pretty good 2016 Queens.
going to agree with you.
For sure. As I recall, I was saying something similar. And if the 10 couldn't get out, that would be the front 6. It did. Finished in the top 24. And 3 and 2 in match play last year to Tish Johnson. Ashley Galante, the big 3-bagger.
I was going to say, real big shot right there. Just asking for some hold, got some hold. Got herself 3 in a row. Josie Ernest Barnes already in the books for game 4, 216. She's now at plus 355, so officially has overtaken Lindsay Boomershine in the world of plus and minus. Lindsay is still yet to bowl, bowling later tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern. Along with the rest of B squad. We'll be here on Extra Frame for it. We certainly hope you will be as well. That would be cool.
It'd be much appreciated as well. High flush for Brandy Calderon.
Talked a little bit about Melissa Van Dyke going plus 100 her past 2 games. 5 out of 6, 1 pair to our left. She's making ball repping easy for Chuck Gardner right now. Keep doing what you're doing. Lena 29 not agreeing with Brenda Padilla. Struck the last 2 times on 30. Clarifying some trouble in the 9th. Tish now up to 7 in a row. Kelly Kulik actually has a chance to take the overall lead over on 13 and 14. Can strike out for 269. That will get her to 367 over. As I mentioned, Josie Ernest Barnes at 355 over. Almiguera getting to the 240s. That would get her plus. .247 max for the 2-time World Cup champion. Last game here for Marissa Thomas. Plus 13, this 230 and change is going to be a pretty nice swing. Gonna give her a chance to lock up a spot in game 5. And take it when you can get it. 236 plus 49.
Tish just left the 7-pin in the 9th frame.
Last 4 for Brandy, 217. $168 for Brenda Padilla. That's going to drop her down to minus 39. She's going to need a big finish, but probably very happy to get off of 29 and 30. I have to say, Clara can get into the 190s. Is going to lose a few more pins. See if she can get something going in the finale as well. $193 drops to plus 38. Let's switch over to 25 and 26. They got 4 in their pair, so they're just starting their 9th frame while we wait for some new competitors for our final game here of A Squad qualifying. Got to see Ashley Galante last game give a few pins back, plus 1. This is her 9th frame, working on a strike. She can get to 2 of 49. All 3 in the 10th. Caitlin Johnson, minus 2. Also working on a strike. Hoping to make it a double in the 9th. Talked a little bit about Melissa Van Dyke. She's up on lane 25. That one a little too far out. Had struck on 7 of 8. Ends up leaving the 1-3-6-10. Looks like we're ready to start Game 5 on our feature pairs. Got a few bowlers we talked a lot about. Finally get to see him now. Hall of Famer Tish Johnson is going to be joining Jessica Peters, Kyoko McDonald, and Aaron McCarthy on 27 and 28. 29-30. There's Ami Guerra now at plus 16. Denisha Waller and Missy Parkin. Parkin at 351 over. Currently third overall. Looks like Kelly Kulik got to 367 over last game. Josie Ernest Barnes 355 over. And unless I'm missing someone, 351 is next. Ashley Galante delivered a double in the 10th. Going to be in the 240s. Big game for her.
Missy Parkin's second frame. Game 5. That was what you was expecting there. It's Jessica Peters able to make the spare. 5th and final game of the day. 3 rounds and nearly complete for A squad here. Again, this is the burn. There, we've seen just about all of the burn squads now.
That's right. They've been interesting, to say the least. Looking back at day 1. Scores through the roof to start and kind of mellowed down a little bit. Outside of Lindsay Boomershine, who averaged more than 242 yesterday when C Squad had the leftovers. They left a little out there. Scoring pace not quite as high. And today we've seen some pretty big games. Seen some folks make some big jumps. Melissa Van Dyke, she was the one who left that 7-10 in the 10th on 25 and 26. Despite that, still shot 232. She's gone 132 over her last 3 games to get to 145. Over for the event. Ashley Galante finished out that game with 248. She'll be at plus 49 now. Missy back on track, doing Missy Parkin things. Big January for Erin McCarthy, winning the USBC Team USA trials. She not only earned her a spot on Team USA for another year, but also, as the winner, earned her spot in the World Cup. That's the only way to get into the World Cup. Got to win a qualifying event for Team USA. It is team trials. Exciting finish to team trials. There were quite a few folks vying for that final spot. Shannon O'Keefe, Kelly Kulick. But none of them able to catch up to Erin.
She broke very well in that event, but just kind of the continued upward trend for Erin's career. Very young and kind of still at the start, if you will. Lots of bowling left for her and a lot of great events and things to win, especially on the PWBA Tour.
Was the #1 seed for the stepladder finals of the 2015 Queens. Ended up falling to Liz Johnson in the title match. She did a whole lot of striking, especially in those final few rounds, to earn that #1 seed.
Double there for Missy. Here's Peters. One tie now to Denisha Waller. The Southwestern Athletic Conference Bowler of the Year. Keeping an eye on Clara at +38. Went double, open, and strikes again. Trying to hopefully solidify a spot and not have to wait it out. Yetta. It's a 10 pin here. All right, 3 in a row for Missy Parkin. Talked yesterday, Aaron, and talked about Missy's good start to the PWBA Tour season. A lot of practice and work in the off season. Won the PWBA Regional early this season to kick off things, essentially, and continuing some good bowling early here, and I guess or early in the season of 2017. You know, but the weird thing about the Queens is Yeah, one way or another. It doesn't matter how you bowl if you make the match play, of course, as long as you get there. Because you could lose 2 matches and all of a sudden your Queens is over.
Can go quickly, and all part of the fun and excitement of the Queens, though. Double elimination match play bracket basically becomes a new tournament starting tomorrow. Obviously, a lot of information gained from qualifying. You got to do it to make it to the dance. You can use that confidence gained on the lanes, but you can't rely on it. Still got to go out there, find a way to beat a tough opponent. No gimmies in this bracket.
Definitely not. That's the only gimme, is that there's no gimmies.
I like that. Of course, things are going to change. Less people on a pair. Just going to be 2 players facing off. What's Michael Flanagan doing in the middle of our shot? It's all right. It's okay.
Doing some good work for his brands.
Indeed. Definitely fun to follow the sport on social media. We hope you follow us as well. USBC, the Sport of Bowling. Or the Sport of Bowling USBC on Facebook. PWBA Tour. Official pages. At USBC, at PWBA Tour on Twitter. Kelly Kulick's going to have the chance to get to 400 over. Way down on 7 and 8. Josie Ernest Barnes cannot match that. She strikes out. Neither can Missy Parkin. So the 2-time Queens champion has the opportunity to seal up the lead here, at least through these 2 squads today.
For a few hours, maybe.
Lindsey Boomershine, our leader through first 2 rounds, at plus 346. It's going to be bowling later tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. Kelly nearly averaging 250 today, though. Plus 191 for her first 4. 237, 257, 228, and 269. plus 33 the first day. Improved on the fresh the second. Shot 143 over. And now bombs away. Go 257 this game, which makes me wonder if it's possibly in contention for the highest 5-game block in Queens history. So we found out yesterday, or 2 days ago, we have this information. So we're going to use it. Well, the good news for Kelly, she's listed in the first 2 records on the page for most titles. There's only a handful of players with 2, only 2 players with 3 Queens titles. Kelly has 2, as we mentioned. Wendy McPherson and Millie Ignizio, only players with 3. Kelly, unfortunately, has the most runner-up finishes in tournament history with a total of 3, 2001, 2009, and most recently in 2014. Let's see here. Highest qualifying totals. Have to wait and see. Highest qualifying total, 5 games. Kristen Aqua of Singapore, 2015, shot 12.97.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. Kelly holds one of the spots in the top 3, also in 2015, shot 12.58. Even if she shoots at 257 here, which she is 1 strike away from doing, she'll be a little bit short of that number. But gotta be happy that she's seen the ball go through the pins, obviously executing. And of course, let's not forget, she's still a Kelly Kulik, which is intimidating in its own right on the lanes.
Knows how to win. Goes about her business.
So 256 for Kelly, looks like 423 over. Great bowling today, Kelly. That is a monster block.
Well, kind of summed it up there. Essentially, not unexpected, of course, from Kelly Kulik. Has success, whether it's fresh, burn, but seeing the burn for the first time. Clearly, she didn't allow it to get the best of her. She was ready and took it to it.
So we'll go ahead and get a quick thought from her after we finish up here. As was a big spare there
It was.
in the 9th for Ami.
The hard way, but she'll take it. After a 15-game update for
Ami moved into the number, went up a few pins, plus 16 now. Gabby Mayfield on this squad at plus 21. A few players on B squad ahead of them. New Way Finn at plus 33 in the books, in 57th at the moment. Clara at plus 38. Nicole Bauer plus 39, both on A squad. So Marissa Thomas and Ashley Galante put together some good games in game 4. They're both at plus 49 bowling right now.
Frame for Guerra. Sandra Gongora, 4 in a row.
Ami. Big strike to start things off there. 207 out there. Wants every bit of that. Be enough to get to 23 over. Would that be enough? We don't know. But she knows, probably has an idea of what the numbers are around.
You just got to get there.
Just got to get there. Post it and wait. Post it and wait. Make it a double up the hill.
All right. I've been waiting to see some emotion like that for a minute from somebody. Thank you, Almi. I appreciate that. I'm upset that this round's over now. The squad's over. It's got me hyped up.
The hype is real. With Emil Williams Jr.
Sounds like a good show.
I'd watch that.
Open frame in the 10th for Missy. She'll finish 183.
I think Tish is messing with us here. Big conversion. Taking care of the split in the 9th frame. All three in the 10th. 207. Clean game. Fighting through it. Didn't have a double. But that was her good lane. It struck on 3 out of 4 shots and took advantage in the 10th. 207 plus 23. Now all she can do is wait. Tish, all that striking. Still waiting to get that first strike here on 27-28, but well within the number. Sandra Gongora finishes with 257 to get to plus 115.
Big game.
Big game to finish things up. Will comfortably put her at ease with one block to go. Marissa Thomas, we mentioned big game to get to plus 49, is going to give a few pins back. She's going to be in the 180s. So her weight's going to be a little more excruciating. Ashley Galante was also at plus 49, taking care of business here in game 5. Has a chance to strike out to shoot 268.
There's Tish Johnson. And let's take a quick look at Galante. Makes a spare. So 9 spare in the 10th. Beg your pardon, 8 spare, excuse me. Back to McDonald briefly. Shot there. McCarthy will be up next. And final shot for Galante. Looking at plus 49. Good shot on the fill. .246 on the end for Ashley. So we've seen some players step up around the number what it could be. Having some success here down the stretch, games 4 and 5.
Some folks on the bubble. Marissa Thomas plus 34. Clara got to 220 that game, plus 58. Probably going to be okay, maybe. Jennifer King, 168 the last game, drops to plus 21. So Ami gained the spot just like that, plus 23. Our final few frames, it looks like will be the final frame to finish up here on 27 and 28. Tish making the right ball choice, finally getting it to do what it needed. Late double here. Did the heavy lifting earlier in the squad, throwing a lot of strikes. Doing Hall of Fame things. McCarthy can get to 216 this game. There's one. Melissa Van Dyke on 31 and 32. Making her run. Impressive performance from the left-hander, making her first Queens appearance after making her first Women's Championships appearance a few days ago. Ended up taking over the doubles lead with Heidi Sanders. Finishes at plus 187. She's going to add a cut at the Queens to that collection.
She's been impressive. I would say bursting onto the scene or anything like that, but first appearances at both events. Putting up some score, putting numbers on the board early. That's a Hall of Fame shot.
Always fun to watch Tish compete. You always know, gonna get 110%. No matter how much the game has changed, that right there, whew, hasn't changed. Still a shot maker. Still can get it done. Final shot for Tish. Kyoko will have the final shot of A squad here. Back 5, 211. Gets the 269 over.
Greatness.
Greatness.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes A Squad's final round of competition for the 2017 USBC Queens. Ladies, please tally up your score sheet and turn them into the tournament office. We will add all those scores together at the conclusion of tonight's final squad, and we will know who will advance to the double elimination match play starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Ladies, for anyone who would like to shift bowling balls, Bowling Ball Express
Maybe a warm up, Aaron Smith.
they will be happy to ship stuff out for you to the next stop or to your home, whichever one is your final destination. Again, at 5 p.m., B Squad will take to the lanes for their final 5 games of qualifying. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Tennille. And thanks, Emil.
Well, there you have it. All right, folks, one more round. One more round. Be sure to join us, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. We will find out, of course, 5 games from our B squad, and then we will know who will move on to tomorrow's match play bracket as we begin things tomorrow, but still another squad of qualifying left to determine that. You'll want to check in for it. It should be very exciting. So for Aaron Smith and Jason Thomas, my name is Emil Williams Jr. We'll see you soon in just a few hours. This presentation of the 2017 USBC Queens brought to you by Bowl TV on Extra Frame.